Asha Echo is Mystic with the message, spreading love, light, and positive energy to all beings on the frequency. How are you guys doing? I am back with another vlog. Yes, I let me get a little bit louder for y'all, cause I noticed that the microphone on this phone is not always the best. So I hope that y'all heard me in my last live video. Let's address it. Um, if you wanna, anyway. Um, no, I'm not even gonna go there. I am live again. My husband, like I said in the previous video, my husband has started working today, and so he took the main phone, and I'm working from the backup phone right now. So I have to go live instead of pre-recorded videos, which I don't mind. Um, Let me explain something real quick. I kind of realized that I like to be alone when I make my videos. I'm trying to adjust myself, okay? The pregnant lady come through. My lighting is not the best, and that's okay, you guys. This is just a vlog. I'm here to talk. I'm not tripping off of looking extra perfect and all that. Like, we will tweak how great my videos, how much better my videos get in quality as we move forward. Y'all been working with me all this time, so let's just keep working with each other, right? So, what the fuck was I just saying? Y'all, I know I just be forgetting stuff so fast. Yes, hubby has the main phone. I have the backup phone, so I'm going live. Yes, there it is. I have it there. My mind caught up. Okay. I noticed that I like to do my videos when I'm alone because I don't like a lot of questions about what I said or what I'm saying or what are you doing and is that YouTube and are you this and that and da, da, da. I don't feel like answering a bunch of questions. Um, Not to say that I don't mind, my husband appearing to film my videos. I will absolutely love that. I don't mind it. But I feel like in order to give y'all 100% authenticity, just 100% me, I'd rather be alone with my own energy and my own mind and my own thoughts and just being uninterrupted, you know? So I prefer to do my like vlogs just to myself. And I feel like that's probably why I don't upload as that's one of the main reasons why I don't upload as much because I don't have a lot of isolation away from, I live with other people. So, and most of the time I'm watching other YouTubers and their vlogs. And I've been watching this girl Eden Jax, her what a fat vegan eats in a day videos, and no, she does not eat a whole bunch of junk food. But no, she's not the most healthiest person in the world. But I just like her personality, and I like her vlog style. So I watch her. I've been like binge watching her for the last few days. Um, so yeah. Uh, but I came back to you guys because I wanted to talk about I want to make a video about my spirituality. Since I have time, since Daddy's not coming home until 11 and it's 8 something. Um, Real quick, another side note. I just got done eating. Um, but I had to make like a really, really small portion, and it was so good. Oh my gosh! I had some mashed potatoes with they were garlic with fresh rosemary and some parsley flakes, and it was so good. Mashed potatoes with corn, and then I had some Beyond Meat chicken strips that I just cut up. real good, and I put into a pot, and I made some gravy to go with it, and I put that all together and I ate that, and that was so good. And Zakari loved it because he was just over here moving and stuff. This little guy likes to stop moving when I start moving. So unless I'm like in the kitchen trying to cook, then he doesn't mind moving while I'm moving because he wants me to sit the fuck down. And but I had like a really small portion of that because I was so full off of just drinking like a big old thing of water. I had just got done drinking one of these, and then I went downstairs to go start cooking. And so by the time I was done cooking, I was feeling full off of water, so I just ate a little bit of the food that I made. So I'm trying to wait for that water to finish processing, and I guess the little bit of food that I did eat to finish processing, so I'll go downstairs and have some more. Even though it's past my time to like eat like solids, um, I'm gonna do it anyway. And if I'm lucky, I can get some cardio in because I did not take a walk today, and I feel like and if I eat past a certain time, like if I eat past 6 or 7 o'clock, I usually be gassy before I go to sleep or uncomfortable, and it's just not fun. See, burping already. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about my spirituality because I feel like a lot of people are confused on what I believe. A lot of people don't actually know what I believe in or what are my beliefs. I feel like a lot of people feel like I am always just in a spiritual world, and I'm not really focused on reality, even though we already had that video talking about what is reality. We already talked about that. We already went back and forth about that shit. I'm not even gonna take you there right now. Um, ugh, but anywho, so my spiritual journey started a couple of years ago. I just really realized that I was very depressed. Um, I was having a lot of anxiety. I was very lost. I didn't truly know what my purpose was in life, and I wanted to know. I needed to know. I started expressing myself through a few paintings. I started painting just for fun. And I started watching. Um, Actually, no, yeah, I started painting, and one day my dad noticed that um, a few of the paintings that I was doing were purple and blue for the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. Crown chakra is purple, correlated with the color purple. The third eye chakra is correlated with the color of a darker tone blue. And he had pointed that out to me. And so after he said that to me, I've heard about chakras, but I didn't know too much. So I just dove deeper into it to just get a better understanding. Like, cause I'm like, well, there must be something going on. And I've never been like religious. We used to go to church when we were younger, when we were kids. Like, we went to church every now and then. But my family never was religious. We never had a religion necessarily. We just knew about God. We prayed to God and Jesus. And as I got older, I chose not to go to church as a choice for myself because I just realized that it's a lot of corruption in there, and it's not a lot of people who believe in a way that I believe. So I stopped going to church because now I don't want people to think that I don't believe in Jesus Christ. Now, I cannot tell you if that was an actual real person or not, but I believe in his story and I live by what I believe his code would be, and that's to infinitely love all things and all beings in this reality. Um, that nothing exists outside of love. And that's basically, I guess, if you want to say that I have a religion, that's my religion, whatever that is. Nothing exists outside of love. And um, so I try to live every day with just infinite amount of love for all other beings and all other things that exist with me. Um, I started to dig into chakras and I started watching Spirit Science. My dad had introduced me to the channel Spirit Science. And I started watching that and, picked up on a couple of their theories and just took whatever I wanted from that. And, that was whatever. And I tapped deeper into crystals. And I I was living in Georgia. And if you live in Georgia and you are on the wave, then you know that like you can literally find a quartz crystal in Georgia pretty much anywhere you can find dirt. Um, so I started collecting a bunch of different crystals. The very first one that I found was in the very front of our apartment complex, like right outside the gate. I had found a big old piece of crystal and I found the little chunks that, were connected to it at some point. And I took those, I gave a couple pieces to my parents or to my dad and his wife to take back to the apartment. But that night I was leaving to go stay with my boyfriend that night, so I had took whatever pieces I want and with me, um, just so I can further examine, what they look like and fill out their energy and just get in even more into it. I was excited. So that was the first crystal that I found, and then after I found that crystal, it was just the universe just told me like just keep collecting them. So I, every single day when I had time, I would go out and I would scavenge for crystals. And the most common are quartz, like I said. I found um, a lot of smoky quartz crystals, a few clear quartz crystals, and a few citrine as well, surprisingly. Um, But I went through and I was just collecting to the point to where like I would come home every time I stepped out, I came back with literally like a shopping bag full of crystals. Like, and I was going out like multiple times a day, like at least twice a day. I was going out and collecting crystals and bringing them back to the house. Huge ones, small ones, little bitty tiny ones, and I didn't know what it was, but it was like the crystals were calling me and the universe was just telling me like this is something that you need to do, like just do this until I say stop. And I have always been the type of person who just follow the flow of the universe. Um and I guess let me take it back a few steps. At some point, I love God. God is not a game. God this and God that, and praising the man in the sky. But I, on my own, came to realize that God is not a man, and that the picture of the man that was created, and that is, a lot, people usually picture in their mind, that it was just, a story that people were telling us, like, he. And God is not a he, and God is not a she, in my opinion. These are disclaimer. We're talking about my spirituality. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to follow as I follow, or they have to believe as I believe. I just want people to understand what my personal beliefs are and what my actual faith is. Um, God, in my eyes, is not a man and is not a woman. God, what I have come to believe is that God is divine, feminine, and masculine energy combined into one. Um, God is love. Um, Masculine energy cannot exist without female and feminine energy. Feminine energy cannot exist without masculine energy. One cannot exist without the other. Man cannot exist without woman. So there's not no man who just appeared in the sky and said, I'm going to create another man. And then from this man, I'm going to take his rib and create a woman. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because if man comes from woman's womb, how could a woman be created from a man's rib? If there was no portal for the man to ever come through, it doesn't make sense to me that Adam could ever exist without Eve. You understand? So I at some point realized that um I no longer believe that God was a he, or just the one specific individual. And um so back to me finding the crystals and just understanding that the universe was telling me that I stopped believing that, God was a he, and I didn't believe that God was just a she. And I knew that it had to be a combination of both, that God would be an it. And so I started to just give my praise to the universe. The universe was telling me that um, I needed these crystals. Keep collecting these crystals, collect them, collect them, collect them. And I remember one day, I remember slowing down, finally slowing down after I had like piles of crystals in the room and like at least 4 containers, big ass popcorn buckets worth of containers on the back porch filled up in crystals. And that's when the universe was like, okay, you can slow down now. So I saw on Spirit Science, I saw the guy talking about crystal grits, and I wanted to do one. And so I filled the house with crystals. I took all the little baby crystals and I put them in the tops of the window ledges and the tops of the doors and all along the hallways and in the bathrooms. I put crystals in each corner of the room and each corner of everybody's bedroom and on top of my dad's shelves. And There was literally a crystal in every single room, every single closet, every single bathroom, shower, top of the doorway, bottom of the doorway, by the front door, anything, you name it, it was a crystal everywhere. On the top of the refrigerator, on the little corners of the counters, and you would think I was going crazy. But I was just following my intuition. It was just something telling me that this was needed. Um, and my dad and his wife asked me to take them down after a couple of days because they felt like it was just bringing out a negative energy within us, and it was causing us to argue, or causing not us to argue because I never argued with them, but it was causing just them to feel a certain energy that they didn't like. But honestly, there was a lot of quartz crystals that I use, and quartz crystals, they bring forth whatever issue. The what the grid did was, it was bringing forth the issues that needed to be laid out on the table, that needed to be fixed and worked on in order for us to move forward. But none of us was in a space to understand that that's what was happening. And so they just took it as, um, maybe I was just doing too much witchcraft, and they couldn't, they just, they felt like I was just doing something to them that, I don't know. I don't know. They asked me to take them down. I took the majority of them down. I still left a few like regular sized crystals just sitting around the house. But I took the majority down. And um I ordered some chakra crystals offline, and that's when I started, ordering crystals offline or going to the crystal shop and buying crystals. And the family got more into crystals, and started wearing my crystals. I started wearing my crystals, and I just wanted a higher consciousness. To I wanted to raise my vibration. And I did that, and I started doing yoga and meditation, and I started to become more vegetarian. And not only I ate as a vegetarian for the majority of the time, and I only ate meat for like dinner. And it would be like dinner every other day. That would be meat. And I wanted to elevate even higher, and I finally decided to let go of meat altogether. And as that started to progress, I became a vegan. And that's when I started to get into the extreme side of veganism. And I ran into, um, as time went on, you know, I ran into Nature Boy, which, um, that was last year. Last year, I ran into Nature Boy on the internet. Um, oh, you guys, I didn't say how I was following Infinite Waters too. Like a month after I found Spirit Science, I found Infinite Waters, and I started to listen to him every day. And I just, that helped me progress spiritually as well. Um, but by that point, it wasn't. I don't want to say that those videos molded how I was thinking. Um, I ran across the YouTube channels that I did run across only because that was the thought process that I was already having. So that was the stuff that I was searching for, to gain just other people's other perspectives on the things that I had already had on my mind. I don't want people to think that I was following anything, especially since I I came across Nature Boy, and you guys seen that, um, which actually this whole I started vlogging and stuff because I had reached a certain point in my spiritual journey where I was like, I it's now or never, and I want to record my growth from here to wherever it is that I'm going. And when I started to do that, that's when I finally ran into the YouTube channel, Nature Boy. Like, if you guys been here from the beginning, like you were here for that, or even if you go back and you look, like you can watch and see, like, because that whole process is recorded. I ran into Nature Boy and his channel and his little cult thing, and I kind of got wrapped up in that, and it made me kind of dip more into the extreme side of um certain things. And I won't say that I completely fell into it, but I was in pretty deep, and it took me a moment to like realize like I was being more of a follower. I had started to be more of a follower of something and less of me, of a just my own person. And I don't want to say that my beliefs were changing or had changed or has changed. I feel like I said, I just was more extreme. I was more on the extreme side and I fell out of balance. And I didn't find the balance in things. Like there is still a lot of things that I want. I want to live a plant-based lifestyle. I want to live in a tropical environment for the most part. I want to travel. I want to see different parts of the world, the warm parts. um, I want to go to visit different tropical environments. I want to be living just in other countries and things like that. And I do still not believe like money should be a thing to dictate. I still don't believe that that should have ever existed. But at the same time, I understand that it had to exist in order for certain other things to exist. Like money had to come along in order for other things to come along as well. Like working jobs had to come along in order for other things to come along as well. But they are definitely found a way to manipulate people's energies and set us up and set communities up in order to live backwards. There's a lot of things within the system that is set up to make people live backwards, make people feel like they have to look at life in a more negative light rather than a positive light. That they have to always go to the what if this negative happens and not really see like what if this positive thing happens instead. It's a lot of setup to make you feel like you can't be completely yourself and completely just free and honest and just be. And it's a lot of like set up to make you feel like you have to live a certain way and you don't. The best way to live, in my opinion, is to live in balance. And so, yeah, my husband works. Yeah, he works. He gets the money, he brings it home, and he takes care of us. we're working towards gain, gaining enough money to invest in the things that we want to invest in to create residual income so that we can be able to have homes in different environments, travel as we choose to, and own the things that we want to own. But are we doing it in a traditional way? No, we are not. Are we doing it in the way that our parents expect us to? No, we are not. Are we doing it in a way that people in our family or environments are used to seeing? No, we are not. And that's okay. Yes, we live more in a spiritual manner. My name is Mystic. I go by Mystic. If you're not like, if you wasn't there when I was born up until age of whatever, up until now, like if we don't got blood in our veins, we ain't sharing blood, like, or we ain't like family, yes, you can call me Mystic because that's who I choose to be. That's the name that I choose for myself because I understand that I am a mystical being, and a lot of people feel like that's crazy or that's weird, but I understand the energy of what's really going on rather than the picture that has been painted. Like, witches are real. I'm a witch. I'm a mystic. I'm a mystical being. I know how to manipulate energy to work into my favor. I understand how to manifest. I know how to manifest what I desire. I know how to receive what I desire without going about it in a manner that everybody else does, and that doesn't throw me off balance or interrupt my happiness or my peace. Um Shit, that kind of just threw off my train of thought because I started to think about going in to explain to you guys how I praise or worship, I guess. If I was to praise anything, I would say I praise the universe. I give thanks to the universe. Um, I can say that I do see the universe as being God, but um, to break it down to you, God is all. The universe is all. All is one. Everything is connected. I am the universe. The universe is within me. The universe is within you. We are all a part of the universe. Like it's all just energy. It's love. Like all is love. And one. One is love. Like that's how I see things. Like I don't differentiate myself. Like I don't see the separation. I mean, I may, like I said, if I praise, then it's like I give I give thanks to the universe. I'm thankful. I have moments where I'm just like I'm thankful. Like I'm thankful because the universe is the collective. It's the collective energy. It's everyone and everything's energy collected into one. And it's one. It's all. Like everything is everything. And there's so many musicians who've been saying stuff like that all this time, like Erica Badu and Lauryn Hill and, you know, figures like that, like Bob Marley, like it's people like that who've been saying like all is one and one is all and love is everything, like everything is everything. And so for me to say it and for me to put belief behind it is people don't understand it or they feel like it's weird or it's different because I don't believe in the same way that they believe. Um, but if all is one and one is all, and I'm a part of the all, and all is God, then I am God. You understand? But do I feel like I can just strike somebody down or snap my fingers and they life just disappear? No. I don't feel like anybody can just snap their fingers and I will pass away and disappear. No. Can you come up and stab me in the heart and I'll pass away? Yeah. But depending on what energy and what frequency I'm putting out, I'm not even gonna be manifest that situation. I manifest myself into that situation to begin with, so that I don't worry about that. A lot of people are disturbed by how nonchalant I am about a lot of stuff, and that's because I have complete and total faith within myself, complete and total faith within the universe that, and I have total understanding that even when things go in a way that you don't see fit, or even if it goes in a way that seems negative, may appear negative, or seems like it was just a hard thing to go through, it's always that even better thing on the other side. Like it's all about frequency. You feel me? It's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. You're gonna have your highs and you're gonna have your lows. So like the frequency is gonna be a wave of motion, right? So of course in life you're gonna experience your high and you're gonna experience your low. And as you're going through your low, you have to remember that there is a high and that you're going to make it to that high. Otherwise, you're going to become stagnant and stay in that low. So, remembering that there's always going to be a high point, I'm good. And when I get to that high, remembering that there's always going to come that low point. And depending on how I allow it to penetrate my consciousness, like, am I going to let this test bring me down or stop me? Or am I going to just remember that there is something greater, learn the lesson, take the information, and continue to move forward on the frequency? Um, that's how I look at life. I don't see it as, you know, like I don't allow a lot of things that appear to be negative hold me down or stop me from seeing that there's positivity in the future. Like there's positive things coming. So even if it seems like it's some negatives, it can appear to be like it's a negative situation. It can appear to seem like it's a setback. It's not. You take the lesson, you learn the lesson, you move forward through it as harmonious as you possibly can, and you move forward to the beautiful thing that's waiting on the other side of it. Um, that's that's how I believe. That's what I see. That's the life that I live. So I don't allow like negative thoughts to weigh me down, to stop me and keep me stagnant in that process. I don't do a lot of what ifs. What if I die having this baby? What if I actually do have gestational diabetes. I know I don't because I take good care of my health. I I took the precautions to make sure that I was a healthier person before I got pregnant, so that I would be able to properly care for my child, or I would have the most nurturing space I could for my child to be grown in, you know? And during this pregnancy, I've been doing all that I can to make sure that I am nurturing myself and nurturing my child, to make sure that we are both in the best, healthiest, balanced space that we can be, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Um, so what if? Like, I don't do what ifs. What ifs is just an excuse to not move forward. A what if, a negative what if, is just an excuse to not express yourself fully in the manner that you want to express yourself, or just an excuse to not see the brighter side or the brighter picture, or just an excuse to not work hard to get to that point. It's an excuse to not go up that hill to make it up to the top. That's an excuse. A what if is an excuse, and I don't have time for that. I don't entertain it, and I don't give energy to it. I only give energy to things that are balanced and that are harmonious. Um, so yeah, I burn a lot of sage. I carry a lot of crystals. I burn Palo Santo. I understand that these things are just as necessary and just as valuable as other people. I hold these things with as much love and value as other people hold working hard at a job. Like, I hold these things to be just as valuable, if not more. Um, it's not my job to have a job. It's not my job. My job is to be a nurturer. My job is to take care of my family and take care of my home. It's my husband's job to protect and to provide. It's the one, it's I ain't gonna say the woman's, I'm gonna say it's my job to be a nurturer, take care of my home and take care of my family. It's my husband's job to protect and to provide. That's my view on that. Um, I felt like it was something that I wanted to say that I didn't really get to because I was just going into details about other things. But that's okay because that's what we have future videos for, right? Thank This video is now 40 something minutes long. So I'm gonna let you guys go. If you made it to the end, I'm so proud of you. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much for watching. Um, if you have any questions, please comment below, because I don't mind replying to your comments, and I don't mind, making an entire video for you if necessary. Don't mind it. I'm still pretty full and I really want to eat some more food. So I'm going to binge watch some more YouTube vlogs, and hopefully, if I watch like 3 videos, I'll be full again. Because, like I said, I've been binge watching this girl channel, and her videos are about as long as mine are. So maybe if I watch at least 3 more videos, I'll be hungry enough again to go eat some more food. Even though it'll be really late by that time. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Um, Don't forget, we manifest the reality. We create our own realities. So, whatever energy that you're putting out, will be the same energy that you receive back. It's an infinite loop that goes around and around. Um, so be mindful of whatever you throwing out because it's gonna come right back. um, yeah. So